Well, my curiosity got the better of me with these odd little 9mm that came in that box yesterday. You know, the understanding is they're training rounds for a Swedish small machine gun that uses a 9mm. And it's evidently a plastic bullet with a steel, like a ball bearing in the front. I suppose to give it weight in flying. But what surprised me, they're actually quite loud. And I tried to shoot one into a sandbank. You know, my thought was to recover it and see what that bullet looked like. But they go in deeper than I could dig. But they don't have, you know, there's no weight to that really. So there isn't enough impulse to run the slide. But it got me thinking there might be use for that. You know, normally if I've got somebody who hasn't shot one of these before, or is not used to automatics at all, I never load a full magazine. I'll just put one in the magazine. So they can get the feel, you know, of run the slide locks back, and they can get used to the noise. You know, they get to know what to expect without, you know, if people don't know what to expect the first time they shoot one, it's very easy for them to shoot once, have like a moment of panic confusion, and accidentally pull the trigger a second time. So I never load more than one in until I know that they can handle it. Now these, since they don't work the slide, and they still make a great deal of racket, they actually might be pretty handy for that purpose, for getting somebody used to it. And they do carry. Well, I suppose that's it. But, like I say, see, that doesn't eject them. So you can get them used to working the slide without, you know, a great deal of danger. Though, like I say, I think they've got quite a little power because they penetrated quite a ways into the ground. I couldn't find one again. And here I'm shooting at about 20 yards, and they're carrying true into a tin can I've got out there. So they'd get that feedback too. So I think there might be a purpose for these. But they are Bernard primed. So it's one of them, you gotta clean them. It just seemed odd to me that they would go to all that effort, and it has to be expense to make a training round like that. You know, and then the idea that they have to run a different barrel that has a taper in it to build up enough pressure to cycle them. I would have thought it would be cheaper to actually shoot regular bullets. But they're interesting. But the whole packaging is weird. You know, it comes in an odd-shaped, kind of wedge-shaped box. And on this flat metal plate that is like a series of stripper clips all hooked together. You know, it's just a weird design, But I think this isn't a bad idea for, like I say, just the training somebody, getting them used to the idea, because they're plenty loud. You know, I made the mistake of the first one I shot. I didn't put my earplugs in. But I think just the extra safety factor of not having to worry about them rattling off that second shot, because it does happen. I've seen videos where people do more than 2 shots. They just keep a hammer it away until they fall on the ground. But I think that's interesting. Very unusual. Like I say, Berdan primed, and they've got a full load of powder in them because they bury themselves in the ground. And, you know, that steel BB's going to hurt, plastic bullet or not. If it hits you, that's going to hurt. So it's not like they're a safer alternative, but they might have a use. Because, like I say, I like to run a single one in a magazine so that they can't accidentally do that. Because that scares me.